Hi there everyone, this is the Collective Soul Tarot and my name is Kay. Welcome to the channel, welcome back to subscribers and returning viewers, and welcome to new viewers. I'm so happy to have you here with me today, and I'm excited to be here with you again today, Monday. What is Monday? It's it would be October the 2nd, right, to 2023. It's October, not only a new week, but a new month. Oh my goodness, right guys? So we're going to do another collective reading. It's a general reading for the collective. I'm going to be using the Seer Marchetti decks again, the Kipper and the Gilded Reverie. They're together here, and then the tarot I'm going to use to clarify what we get from them. And we're going to do past, present, and future. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm excited to see what's going to come up today for y'all, and if you like what you see, please subscribe and like, share, and comment. So Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, please assist and guide me today with correctly interpreting the energies in the cards and to help me see clearly. Thank you so much. I'll put these aside for now. The tarot, okay, and we'll start off with these Seer Marchetti decks. Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective today in this general read for Monday, October 2nd? A new month, a new week, 2023. What do they most want to know that will help their hearts heal and give them hope? Confirmation, information, and whatnot. Okay, so for the past energy, we have journey. Someone's going at least on an abstract journey, you know, metaphorical one. Yeah, somebody's going somewheres, or you're there to pick somebody up off the train. But in any case, it is a journey. I feel like it's somebody journeying somewheres, you know, going somewheres, not just abstractly. Present is despair. Okay. Somebody is not feeling like they have much hope. They might be feeling anxious and depressed at this time. Yeah, that, I mean, it says not hiring. Somebody might have lost a job, and they can't find a new job, and they have bills to pay, family to feed. Ooh, yikes. Okay, so near future. Oh, the mouse card, which is a constant and gradual loss. Mice get into things, right? And they just constantly chew. They're eating constantly, or at least chewing. I don't know about eating, but they like to chew. And so they ruin a lot of things. They destroy a lot of things. So, jeez, as a future card, that really sucks. Maybe it's a perceived loss, possibly, that it's not necessarily the truth. It's just what this person is thinking about that's causing them so much despair. Yeah, okay, it might have been, I don't know, we'll see. The journey is either something they did abstractly, like a decision they made to go this way or that way. I don't expect to see the path card, but anyways, I think that this is more like on their own personal journey. They're experiencing, you know, when you're experiencing, when you're on your own personal development and spiritual journey, it's not going to be sunshine and rainbows, right? I mean, we don't generally grow from having things we want show up in our life, right? It's the hardships, it's the trials and tribulations that cause us to, that's on our path. It is our journey in life. Whether we like it or not, it's what we chose. So, but it doesn't feel like we chose it, you know, and because we've forgotten. That's what the veil is all about. So we are sitting in much despair, possibly from something that they did in the past, you know, that they're now realizing is a loss for them. That they've lost the chance, burned some bridges maybe with somebody, or they just don't feel like they can ever be redeemed from it in that person's eyes, even in their own mind. All right, let's do clarification for Journey. The book, that's like the Akashic Records. The book and the wealthy man. Okay. The wealthy man. That's kind of like an unevolved King of Pentacles. Somebody who has, you know, amassed a lot in their lifetime, but, and maybe have lost a lot in their lifetime. But in any case, their focus has been on the material world, more so than on the spiritual journey. Akashic Records, the Book of Knowledge. Okay, let's keep going. Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit, please give us some clarification for the present status of the collective. Whoever this resonates for, resonates with, despair. The magnifying glass, scrutinizing and analyzing, and discovering some luck. That's a 4-leaf clover. This is great luck. So the despair might lead to something that's, when they look closer, that things aren't going to seem as bad as they thought it was. This helps, this great luck helps ameliorate the other cards. That lessen, you know, like take away the effect that it would have otherwise negatively. Okay, mouse card. Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit, please clarify the mouse card for us, please. Thank you. The heart card. And change. Well, I would have to say that these cards here is that there's been some loss, a whittling away of some kind of heart, romance, you know, love. It's the heart card after all, and 2 swans, you know, they mate for life. There's been a loss of something that was dear to somebody. A relationship, right? Romantic, maybe a committed relationship, because, you know, 2 swans, they mate for life. So a committed relationship, that they lost that, and that change has to come as a result, because there's no going back. A mouse eats, right? It destroys. There's no going back. There's no recovering or restoring what mice get at. You have to trash it. Because if they haven't chewed it to death, they've, you know, urinated and defecated all over it, which can cause disease, right? You would never pick up that apple and eat the other side of it, because you don't know if they've even urinated on top of the apple where it dripped down, you know? I'm just saying, it's kind of gross, but it's true. So, let me see here. We're talking about somebody who's a wealthy man, which is kind of like an unevolved King of Pentacles from the classic tarot. Someone's experiencing great despair, you know, anxiety, feeling like doom and gloom. But when they look at something more closely, they're going to be able to see that it's not as bad as they think it is. Let's look at this one here, 32, from the Kipper. Despair. This is a challenging card. Here we meet a man in shabby clothes, a member of the working poor, distraught from unemployment, reduced to letting a tear slip in the street. So if he's gone from this to that, I think it's more like he might have lost a lump sum of money, maybe a lot of money, and is feeling less abundant in that way. But it could also be, abstractly, where, consciousness, state of mind, emotions are just kind of down in the dumps right now because of some kind of loss. That perhaps this journey, he's figuring out that this journey was all about remembering. Like I said before, it's the veil. That's the veil for you. The book of knowledge is like the Akashic records, and if you don't know what that is, you could Google it. Akashic, A-K-A-S-H-I-C, I think, and it'll tell you about how the Akashic records keep a record of every lifetime that we live and in all that we do. So he would be maybe possibly looking at how in the past, he may be looking at that now, like presently, in the past, how his life was meant to experience what he experienced in whatever way that was. It was written kind of thing, preordained, if you like, I don't know. But that was his journey. He's seen that he was supposed to have some kind of experience that would bring a revelation to him, like a aha, okay, I see why this is. I don't like it, but I see it, and I wished it never happened. But it wouldn't be, you wouldn't grow if you didn't have the hardships, if you didn't have the ups and the downs. So he's coming to terms with that, but at the same time, he's feeling like this past has left him feeling really down and out, and feeling like he doesn't have much left to look at and hang his hope on. But the divine is saying, if you take a little closer look, use your magnifying, take a closer look, you'll find out how lucky you were. Maybe he's lucky because he dodged a bullet. I don't know. But okay, let me finish this. Hang on. Literally grieving or weeping. It can also be severe stress, leading to emotional exhaustion, serious concussions, fevers, and migraines. This card is also commonly used for jealousy. With luck, which is right there, but it's not talking about that card, because this is a Kipper. This is from the Gilded Reverie. It just says it. With luck, a positive card will be next to it to offer balance and hope that all will work out somehow. And so it will. Unfortunately, this is not a very promising card unless surrounding cards mitigate it. Ameliorate, I said, but mitigate, same idea. You may be tortured by worries and stress. Despair either describes a relationship that is characterized by trouble, or you suffer from a heavy workload or fear of job loss. This card always warns not to expect too much of ourselves and others. Despair brings grief, adversity, and obstacles. This is a card of brooding and worrying. Frustration, headaches, fever, jealousy, or anger, but things will work out if positive cards are close. So guess what? Things are going to work out because these are positive cards. Especially this lucky one right here. But yeah, that magnifying glass, I would say, is neutral. Positive to neutral to positive. Magnifying glass. I am the card that suggests to you to take a closer look or two. If you did not get clarity from an earlier view, I can provide more focus and a perspective that is new. So new perspective, right? Because you're taking a closer look from what you might have seen at first glance, that this is all gloom and doom over here from some kind of life's lesson, life's journey, right? This card suggests you need to take a closer look at a current issue. This is a current issue, right? Now is the time to focus, scrutinize, and analyze. That's this card here, just so you know. You might be overlooking something that isn't apparent or even visible. The smallest details may be vitally important. Use a magnifying glass to help you investigate and uncover more information that could lead you to greater clarity. In a reading, the card to the left is what it seems like before taking a closer look. The card to the right suggests that what will be brought to light after a closer look. Okay, card to the left would be more like this. The despair card to the right is luck. Great luck. All right, but that's loss. Could be great loss too, but there's a relationship with the heart card that's going to change everything. Let me see, just to make sure, and of course clarifying will help as well. But let's talk about, let's see if this is card to the right is the change. Card to the left is what you're leaving behind. Read that somewhere. Where is that? Where did I read that? I think it was in the Kipper. Hang on a minute. Sorry guys, I really want to make sure I know what I'm talking about. I don't want to mislead you, misguide you. Let's see. Timing. Sometimes left is just the past. That's the past. Sometimes left is the past. So this would be like the past, you see. The logic behind timing is simple, and you can easily see how cards suggest various seasons and time frames. Let's see. But cards landing above or ahead of the significator are generally a good sign. Since both significators face it, this is talking about the significator. Use facing directions as just read, left to right. Behind the significator, it's always on the left. Ahead is always on the right. Yeah. Well, so yeah, I think that it's going to be that this relationship comes along. You see, this relationship comes along, puts the loss behind him. Puts the loss behind him. The loss of what he lost over here, whether it was another relationship or what, or money, finances, or whatever. But he's going to meet somebody that is going to now change his life and his trajectory forever. The trajectory of his life forever. Because he lost this or he let go of it. One of the two. He just it's in the past. He's having his grieving moments about it. And, but looking at it more closely, he sees how it was necessary. That at first that he experienced this, whatever caused the despair here, it was part of his life's journey. It was on his path. He had to experience it. And upon closer look, you'll see that he's going to be receiving some great luck with respect to having let that go and let it go in the past. By letting go of something, it's like cleaning out your closets, right guys? Cleaning out your closets, you open up space for new clothes to move in. It's the same idea with our emotional lives, our mental and emotional makeup. Once we clean out the cobwebs and the thoughts and beliefs from the past, if that was having thoughts that you were going to be with a certain person forever, and it didn't work out like that, then you get into acceptance mode eventually. And you say, okay, what do I need to do? Because obviously I'm still here. I'm not dead, right? I have to still live my life. Let's clarify the journey card. 5 of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. And the Page of Swords with the 9 of Cups. Okay, I think that she may have been overindulgent. Perhaps this is the Queen of Pentacles that was on his path at this time. He met this Queen of Pentacles, right? And he thought that she was the perfect one. That they would they would together build a foundation of great prosperity and abundance and security, right? Safety and security, loyalty and devotion together, and live their lives out together till the end. But it didn't happen, obviously. There was a lot of, they had a troubled relationship. They were troubled. They had a troubled marriage or long-term commitment, whatever that was for them. And perhaps she was looking, being a Queen of Pentacles, she was looking at what he could provide for her financially as a wealthy man. So he may have been making a really good income, right? Really good income in whatever way, whether he was working for somebody else and he had a great position in the company, or he was his own businessman, or he did well in the stock exchange and real estate investments of any kind, or he got a family that he earned an inheritance from that set him up real nice. Well, she was looking at that and saying, I sure would like to have a chunk of that to live by, because that will set me up really well, and we will be quite powerful because of the money we have, the control that we would have over life and people. And just look how beautiful my clothes and my whole makeup, look, physical appearance. I could have nice clothes, nice car, nice house, nice neighborhood, just really, really nice. So she set up quite nicely by the looks of it, with him being a wealthy man. And so, but it was a troubled relationship, because it was more about the money probably for her, maybe for him too in the beginning, that they really didn't commit to each other in the love department, the deep soul commitment, soul connection, the deep unconditional love. Unconditional. It was all conditional, which is never lasts, right? Conditional love does not last. So it had to go. There was a lot of sabotaging in the relationship. She sabotaging him sabotaging her, just with the way they talk to each other, relate to each other, or don't. But it was just a troubled relationship. Let's just say that. This was a person who was unconcerned about his feelings. And so she was somewhat frivolous. She was frivolous, vengeful, mischievous, indiscreet, impotent, and disturbed. I don't know about impotent, but I think all those other ones that she would have been. That was a troubling relationship, and it was more like an overindulgence on both their parts, that they saw each other, like when we see a nice shiny object, we go, isn't that nice? And perhaps that's how they saw each other, was nice, shiny, brand new objects. And so I'm not diminishing the meaning they might have had in the beginning, but at some point during their time together, things were starting to go south, And so there was a great deal of feeling helpless and, just paralyzed in your own mental prison, right? Wealthy man, you just didn't know what to do. You felt restricted, but somehow hope came in, because something came to light for you, which allowed you to move on, which allowed you to flee the scene, kind of thing, move into calmer waters. So but at the same time, whatever it was that you learned, wealthy man, it was disturbing. It was disturbing for you. And either she started divorce proceedings on you, or saying, I don't want to be with you anymore, or you did. And it's ended, you see. It's ended. I can't say for sure if it was in divorce, probably separated, if not legally separated. But it's been causing him a lot of grief. Despair, sad, loneliness, regret, whichever. So she's the Queen of Pentacles that is in the past with this wealthy man. And in this deck, there's the privileged lady, you see, who is the counterpart to the wealthy man. So it'd be the wealthy man and the privileged lady in a marriage, or at least a long-term commitment. Right, let's talk about the book of knowledge. Archangel Michael, my Holy Spirits, please clarify the book, please. I hope you all had a great weekend. Mine was relaxing. Very nice. Queen of Cups. Aha. Eight of Wands. And Ten of Pentacles. Very interesting, I must say. All right, guys. Guess what? The wealthy man, excuse me, learned that his journey was to include returning to a Queen of Cups that he wants to be in communication with. Back and forth. This is who that is, okay? And this Ten of Pentacles is he wants to, it's been found out. If she did something or he did something, but in any case, he has learned that from the book of his life, his path, lifetime journey, that there would be a Queen of Cups on it for a reason, okay, and that this would be joyfully, passionately communicating with this person. But he was in a marriage at the time. This Ten of Pentacles is a long-term commitment. Yeah. Okay. So, seems to me then that in the past, he met this Queen of Cups. They were in communication with each other. This is what's written in the book, right? This is what you've been doing. But at the same time, wealthy man, you were in a long-term commitment with the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So I'm wondering if the Queen of Pentacles found out that he was having an extramarital, that overindulgence. Perhaps it was not her that was overindulged. Perhaps it was him that was overindulged. And she found out. Look at this. She found out. Yeah. She moved on. She found out and she moved on. She severed the relationship. She cut it and moved on. Divorced, I guess. And that just left him up in his head. It's like he didn't know what he was doing. He didn't know whether he was coming or going. Yeah, which would be that, right? But she found out, and so that was the journey. She moved on from him. She moved on. She said, I'm not doing this with you. You're messing around on me. You're screwing other women or whatever, right? You're messing around on me, and I will not be someone's second choice. So he was being overindulgent, wealthy man. Very interesting. So that was the past. This is the present time. He's still despaired over that? Let's see. Despair. Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit. That's who this Queen of Cups is. Is this one here? Maybe he's feel like he's lost even his Queen of Cups. Queen of Pentacles and Queen of Cups. We'll find out. Despair, please. In the present. That one wants to come out. Okay. I won't argue. The world. End of a cycle. So something's ended, right? So that a new cycle can begin. Yeah. Okay. Seven of Swords and the Page of Wands with the star, which to me, the star is this one here. So he needs to heal. This is also healing, okay? Healing. wanting to heal a connection, but healing yourself as well. So from being sneaky and underhanded at this time right here, this lying and deception, he's seen what he's done. He's seen he's seen the ways, like the news. The news is that he's realizing what he's done. It became publicly known, and he's had to put an end. He's lost something. He put an end to something that's successfully ended, because it's done, it's gone, whatever. And some mending, some healing is going on. Okay, so he is he's in despair, but at the same time, because of these other cards are telling us that he is actually healing from it. He had made a decision in the past that caused him to lose his long term, that he may not have wanted to lose, but she said goodbye because he was doing too much with other women. He had too much going on with other women. That Queen of Cups, somebody who has a big cup of love to give somebody. So let's have a look at 44. So their life was there with the Queen of Pentacles and the wealthy man. Their life was in turmoil, unfortunately, but anyway. But it could have been because he was having relationships with other women, which, you know, makes it hard to really be devoted and completely 100% loyal to one person when you're sharing that loyalty and devotion with another or two or more. So magnifying glass. 4 of Cups. Justice, yeah. And the King of Pentacles with the Ace of Pentacles. Ooh, the Empress too. Okay, well, magnifying glass is having to look at something more carefully, right? Scrutinizing it, giving it another look. And what he's seeing here is that the reason why this went south on him is because he developed feelings for somebody that he rejected in the past. Cups are about emotions, right? But he rejected that one in the past, and that was this cup of love right here. And she offered him a divinely inspired cup of love. God knows your heart more than you do, and God must have heard wealthy man's heart beating, asking for a true love, an unconditional love arrangement, like somebody like that in your life, not realizing that God requires you to let go of something in order for something like that to move into your life. And there might be more than just letting go of a person. You have to change your mindset too. You have to bring the heart up into your everyday life and acknowledge it as unconditional love that you want to offer to somebody else, and in return for their unconditional love. So that's how you have to operate, from that kind of mind, heart inspired, heart-centered thoughts and behaviors. That is not enough just to let go of somebody like this here. You have to change. You have to come to realize what's going on, what your part was to play in the fiascos of this particular relationship with the 5 of Swords, right? You sabotaged it because of the relationships you're having with other women. So you had to wake up to that. You had to actually wake up and see that that was your part in it. You were being overindulgent, having more than your fair share of females in your life, women. And so you were waking up to see that, but it caused you a lot of grief and despair, but you woke up by having a look at it, looking at it twice, seeing what was going on. You rejected the past love that you'd met, that you had really felt a deep connection with, even in that short amount of time perhaps, or however long you're having a clandestine relationship with her. But that's what this magnifying glass is, that you're seeing how you went wrong, the error of your ways, by indulging in extramarital affairs, but also by having rejected the one, and when you should have been listening to your heart. What do they call it? something's 2020. Yeah, you know what I mean. Hindsight. So justice is that you had broke a contract with this one here, meaning you got divorced. Okay, there's a contract that's broken. You've elevated to the grounded, much matured King of Pentacles here, not just a wealthy man. From this, see how you're taking a look at this much closer. You've grown, you matured from all of this. You matured. You realized the error of your ways, and who you rejected was maybe somebody you shouldn't have rejected. If you wanted to truly have that unconditional love experience in your life. Ace of Pentacles is about seeing that, allowing the divine to show you a different way, but also it's saying here that if you were to follow your path to your heart's desire of unconditional love, the divine will help you do that. They'll help pave the way for you in the material world by bringing blessings, divinely inspired and orchestrated blessings into your life to help you move you down that path to your heart's desire, your greatest heart's desire of unconditional love. This may mean uprooting yourself and relocating somewhere. So you're seeing all that, wealthy man, right there. And guess who it is that you want to move towards? That Queen of Cups, of course, but you always also see her as your Empress. The highest resonating energy of a person, feminine, in the tarot deck. Can't get any higher than Empress. Just like if you're the Emperor, you can't get any higher than the Emperor. You have all the beautiful qualities and characteristics of all four queens, or Emperor, all four kings. So you have everything you need plus more, because the Empress is fertile, abundant, and giving life to new worlds. Basically, she's got great new ideas, and she's prosperous, abundant, happy, in love with herself, like self-care, loves herself, self-love, all the qualities of the. She's charismatic. She's a go-getter. She will fiercely protect. She's got a great head on her shoulders for business, or at least finances, and or she's a hard worker as well. King of Pentacles is a hard worker. She's friendly. She's well loved. She's adored. She's favored. She's compassionate. She's empathic. She's intuitive. She's everything. She's everything. All right, so let's talk about luck, okay? Card number 2, luck. Take the weekend off, right, guys? I don't do readings on the weekends unless I have to. It's not like I don't want to do readings. I just believe I have to take time off. But when I get back into it on Monday, I feel kind of disconnected or groggy or something that I have to kind of ease back into it slowly. So please just bear with me. It's Monday morning. What can I say? Luck. 10 of Swords. Dodging a bullet, right? 2 of Cups. I want to take this one too. Look at that. 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Swords. So, yeah. Luck is that the betrayal that either you betrayed someone, whether it was the Queen of Cups or the Queen of Pentacles. I would say, let's just talk, it's the Queen of Pentacles you betrayed. Well, that betrayal has been ended because, you all got divorced. That's the Justice card speaking here. There was a death of the betrayal. No more betrayals. You're not betraying anyone else. Not even if you were to get back, you'd be apologizing for leaving her, betraying her, telling her you were single when you weren't, right? Telling her you were single when you weren't, when you're messing around with her. So the 10 of Swords is the betrayal. That's the luck, is that it's ended, okay? Ending, Death card means rebirth of something else, and guess what you're rebirthing? True love, which, look at this, it's the same, right? So true love, that you're doing it single now. You definitely are single now and abundant. and quite well to do and smart and quite capable and have great skills in the material world, but you're also, you love yourself. You're caring for yourself. In nature, you're pampering yourself. You self-care, self-love. You have to have that in order for you to be able to give love to somebody else. Unconditional love, telling yourself, don't feel like this about yourself anymore. Say, well, that was my journey. I had to do that. Unfortunately, it broke hearts and whatnot, but it was part of my journey to becoming the person that I was meant to evolve into. You were the wealthy man, but you were very materially focused, 3D focused. Not so much with love. Wealthy man, not so much with the love. The King of Pentacles, he's got that going on. He wants to be committed. He wants to commit himself for the long haul to somebody. Give of himself and commit himself. So we're going to be talking about the Mouse card now. 9 of Wands, that's great wounded warrior energy. The Hierophant, seeking advice possibly. And the Ace of Swords, getting the truth that it's time to move on, to manifest a new life. One that you can be proud of, right? So, yeah, the Mouse one is all about what you lost. Look at, this is all, these are all the battles you had, right? Doesn't mean you won them. It just means you could have lost them. It just means that's how many you've battled, which is 9 of 10. Well, 8 technically, because you're holding this one. You're ready for another battle. You're ready to fight for what it is that you really want. You've gone to somebody who is like a Hierophant, somebody that you're gone to for some advice. Some maybe gone to your priest or attended church or went to confession, something to do with your religion, or you just become spiritually connected through meditation and prayer. But you're including, the point is you're now including that there is something about, if you didn't before, that there is something going on here that is greater than we are at this physical level, that there's meaning, much more meaning to life than what we would have been thinking there is. So it's all about living upright, truthfully, in transparency and clarity, taking that sword of truth here and living life from the sword of truth with the heart also. But this is moving forward now, fast movement forward, knowing that you must move forward, right? To have a different life, to be less focused on what you can get from the world, because you've been there and done that, and things don't seem to work out for you when you've got so much focus there, in whatever way that is. Maybe you've lost finances, materially, or whatever, business, a wife, of course, and so forth, so on. But you know that you are now ready, because you've leveled up and you're single and ready to mingle. You are ready to manifest the kind of life with somebody, and just for yourself in general, kind of life you really, really want, that you deserve to have after going through all these hardships and pain. That's what it's all about, right? You include the divine in your life, then you and have the perseverance to get up and take another stab at life. God is going to bring truth and clarity to you through the people you meet on your journey. And if that means moving towards somebody from the past that you engaged with at a previous time, and you realized in your heart that it's calling out for her, then God is going to help you. Remember the Ace of Pentacles right here? God's going to help you find your way back to her, one way or the other. So don't despair. Don't despair. Get that over with. No more despair, because despair just brings you more reasons to despair, okay? Energy attracts like, and that's really what the universal law is. We have to function by universal laws, just like we have to function by our township, state, country laws, right? The laws of the land. We have to follow laws of the land. Well, there's universal laws too. It's to do with physics and so forth and so on, quantum physics, that whatever we put out, we get back. So we got to make sure that whatever we put out, we really want to get it back. You see what I'm saying? So that's changing the way you view life as a whole. That's a huge change, okay? That's a huge mental and emotional change that is going to, you start seeing how it works, that you, whatever you put out, you get back. It's going to change your life significantly, because if you've never really been doing it over here in the past, and you start taking on that kind of mindset, that God has to be in your mind, God has to be the one. In other words, your heart, right? Your heart is God. It's your soul. It's your spirit. It's God. So once you speak to your heart, let it speak to you. You listen to it. Your mind listens to it. Your heart listens to your mind. The two of the heart and the mind are balanced. They're informing each other. They're working with each other now from a stable position within you. And that whenever you approach the world or operate on your world, you're coming from a balanced status, a balanced state. So you're both heart and mind equally. There's not too much one way or the other. That's just too much roller coasting. This is roller coasting. And yeah, they're fun for a while, right? But if you did roller coasting rides too much, you just get sick. Right? You just get sick. It doesn't end well. So that is what's going on, is that you are now, from your loss that you have been despaired over, from your loss, you had lost a lot of battles perhaps. Maybe that means relationships and whatever else is important to you at the time over here as a wealthy man. But because of the help from the divine, you're going to have transparency. You're going to become vulnerable in the sense that it's going to be okay. You'll be safe. You'll be moving forward to your heart's desire, which is the magician energy of manifesting what it is that's truly in your heart. And from what we can see of the cards, it's this one here, the Queen of Cups, the Empress. So let's talk about the heart card, please, Archangel Michael, the Holy Spirit. I know I'm clarifying them all because I just think, why not, right? So let's clarify them all. Good thing we don't have 40 on here. Okay, so we have 4 swords, that's healing. That's 9 of swords, that's losing sleep. And the King of Wands is taking action, being a leader, using your intuition to there's your Queen of Wands, and working hard, yes, as the Emperor, with a lot of, and then you got Temperance, right, healing, again, balancing your heart and mind. Then the King of Swords is all about coming forward truthfully, with honesty and transparency. But you're working hard on yourself, and you'll work hard to be able to recapture this relationship. As you're doing this, you're growing and you're ascending to that higher energy of like the Empress is in already. But yeah, this card has a lot to say. What can I say? So the Two of the Hearts card is you having been able to put yourself down, put your life down, laying down your exhaustion, your mental overload. You remember you were up in your head here. Laying all that down so that the despair, you can just rest it, just relax it, let despair go, like just rest yourself in the knowledge that if you do this, heal, you'll be able to pick up that sword like the King of Swords and move forward in transparency towards your true love right here. this will no longer be a problem for you. You will actually be able to develop faith, hope, and realize there is light at the end of the tunnel. And that's what the card of, what is it? 4-leaf clover, right, talks about. You're stepping into the King of Energy Wands. That's the guy, that's the king that needs to do. He needs to do. He's a leader. He's a great leader too. He's very bold, and he is generous, passionate. He's charismatic. He's a proud individual who is, you know, a good marriage material kind of person. And he battles. He battles. He's not afraid of a battle. He'll step up at any moment if he sees a battle needs to be done, especially if he needs to protect something. And we have the High Priestess, he has starting to use his intuition, tapping into his own intuition, but he sees her as somebody who is spiritually, highly spiritually connected, spiritually developed, right here, and that he loves her dearly, and the divine loves her too. And the divine loves the idea of the two of you being together, and will help you do that with you being now having paid your karma from the past. The wheel of fortune is spinning in your favor. You see her as your destined path, and this is her, the Queen of Wands, who you are truly connected to, balanced, a true pair right here, King and Queen of Wands. And if once you get to that point where you're actually taking action, you will be stepping into Emperor energy. Then you're truly at the highest level, definitely a true pair. So there's only one card left to clarify. Hope all that made sense. Let's talk about change, and then we shall end the reading there, guys. Change. What's the change? I'm excited for you. Let's see. Change. Oh, 5 of Pentacles. No longer feeling like you're left out in the cold. But until you take that leap of faith, that's what you're feeling like. 6 of Pentacles. Yeah. You have not been giving equally to this one here, because you took her for granted, and really quite just left her, right, to be with your wife, which, you know, is what you should do, but just don't have another relationship. So you want to give to this this person, this queen, this empress, the Queen of Wands. You want to give fairly to her, equal give and take. Maybe you didn't feel like it was equal give and take over here in your other relationship, but that's what you want. But you have been feeling left out in the cold. Yes, you have. Because look, right, and feeling like you've lost something. You lost a connection with this one here, on top of you've lost a marriage. Maybe you had kids in that marriage, and that just all went south and sour, and that's not what you wanted. That's not what you expected ever to happen when you said I do to her, the Queen of Pentacles. So, but it did, unfortunately, or fortunately, right? I'm pointing at the book and the 4-leaf clover. 4-leaf clover is rare, so this card is saying great luck. You see 3-leaf clovers all the time, but 4-leaf clovers not so much. I remember when we were kids and there was some field that had clovers in it like that, and every now and again you'd find a 4-leaf clover, but not often. It was definitely just 3 leaves. And we took it home and pressed it in between wax paper, right, with the iron, and to preserve it. And I had that for the longest time. Obviously threw it out at some point. But yeah, change is that you're going to be in equal give and take mode with your relationship, your new relationship here. You know, if she says yes, of course. But you want to take a leap of faith towards her, and even if you could, lock her down in celebration and you know, some type of, well, be a reunion for sure, but celebration that might lead to the two of you moving in together, possibly a proposal in marriage. But that's what you want. That's your outlook. That's what you want with this one here. I mean, you've known her for quite some time, right? So maybe you've been keeping an eye on her too through social media, which is quite easy to do, especially if you have a fake account. A lot of people have fake accounts, which I'm not too sure about that, but you know. anyways, you have been able to see how she's been growing and developing and become a different person than the one you met, but better, you know. I would say you've known her. It's like you know her, but you don't really know her because you haven't really been spending much time with her, and we do change over those years. Well, we should anyways, growing and developing spiritually. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole idea, right? So you have plans to, you know, take a leap towards her, a risk, because you don't know how she's going to respond, but you're willing to do that, so you're going to do it. It's as simple as that. You're going to do it. It's going to be you coming towards her balanced to another balanced person. It'll be quite a balanced connection. So wonderful, guys. Okay, so that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to the channel and check out my other videos. Bye for now.